Hi guys, welcome back to Motion Picture Sisters, and this is only one sister today. I'm Katie, but we are splitting this up into two parts. We decided to pick some Netflix recommendations for you guys because we know the whole United States is currently in a state of staying home, whether it's quarantine or snow, and it's snowing right now as I look out my window. But we thought we'd pick some different Netflix recommendations that we like to watch. So yeah, if that's something that you're interested in watching, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Be sure to give us a like. You know, all the fun stuff. Forewarned, this video is more on the dark side of Netflix. This is more your PG-13 and up. Just to let everybody know, I'm more... I don't know how to even explain it with my choice of shows, but just be forewarned. Okay, so without further ado, here are my top picks to watch on Netflix. Okay, so my first pick is it's like an anthology series, and it's called The Sinner, and it's really good. It's like a psychological thriller. It has the same cop in every season trying to figure out the crime of why the person did something. It's never like a question of who did it. It's more of why. If you're gonna watch any of the seasons, right now there's only 3 on Netflix. If you're gonna watch any of them, watch the first one. The first one is the best. Absolute best season. I love that one. I'm currently on season 2, so I really can't say if season 3 is not that good because I haven't watched it. However, I've heard it's not that good. But season 1, out of the 2 that I've seen, is the best one. So, you know, it's more of a why they do it, not a whodunit. But it's good. It has the guy, I can't think of his name, Bill Pullman? I don't think that's it. It's the dad of Casper. And that's all I can say. Okay, the next show that I would highly recommend that you watch is Criminal Minds. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? What are you doing? It is currently 15 seasons. However, there is a setback to watching it on Netflix. Netflix only has the first 12 seasons on their streaming service. If you have Hulu, however, it does carry seasons 12 through 15. No, it doesn't. It carries seasons 13 through 15. No, 12 through 15. I'm right. So, Netflix has 1 through 12. It ends in 11, and then 12 through 15 is on Hulu. So, they're saying the sun just came out. Do you see that light change? Perfect. But yeah, it's, for those of you who do not know, I mean, I'm sure you've known, but it's based around the behavioral and analysis unit in the FBI, and it's just a great show of a whodunit and why they did it, and I obviously love crime shows, so there's that. Okay, the next show that I would, if you're into historical type shows, would be Outlander. I freaking love this show. Not just because we are somewhat Scottish on my dad's side of the family, but just because I love Jamie Fraser. That's the problem. That's the problem. Outlander is about a woman who somehow gets sent back from the 1940s into the 1700s Scotland, and it's an amazing show. Trigger warning to every trigger warning possible, especially the last 2 episodes of the first season. I would advise you to look into those before you would start to watch the show and get involved with the show, just to be forewarned. However, I do love the show and I love Jamie Fraser, so that's probably why I love the show so much. Okay, the next on my list is actually a comedy, so props to me, but that is New Girl. I absolutely adore this show. It is so cute. They're half-hour shows, so it's really only 21 minutes on Netflix. So you can sit down, watch something, eat something, and be on your day, but it just puts a smile on your face. The whole cast is funny. Zooey Deschanel is so funny and quirky, and she really is no other girl, you know? You know those books that you read? I'm a big book person, if you didn't know. I love to read books, and you know how the author's she wasn't like other girls. Well, that's the premise of New Girl, pretty much. But it's about a girl who breaks up with her boyfriend and she needs to find a new place to live, and she ends up moving in with these 3 other guys, and they all have different personalities, and it's a great show and I absolutely love it. So if you haven't seen it, you need to. My next show is another historical show, and that would be Reign, and it is based on Mary, Queen of Scots. I absolutely love this show. I love this show. I have now seen this show, I don't know how many times I have rewatched it, but I love this show. The outfits are amazing, for one thing. If you're going to watch them for anything, watch it for, like, the outfits alone. They're amazing. It has, like, a little historical in there, a little bit of supernatural put in there, a little bit of romance, okay, a lot of romance put in there, and I'm here for it, okay? I adore this show. I love this show. I think there's 5 seasons altogether. Every season's on Netflix. Go watch it. Just go watch it. I love that show. Okay, my next pick is a Netflix original, and it is Emily in Paris. It's another, like, is it a half-hour show? An hour show? It's just a girly girl show that, it's a feel-good show. It's about a girl who gets sent to Paris for her job, and she has to, like, navigate living there and falling in love, and it's just a cute little show. It doesn't really fit on any of my my list of dark stuff, but it's a cute show, and I'm not all dark all the time. I do have some light in the soul of mine. The next show is one of my all-time favorite shows. It's not dark. It's not dark by any means possible, but that would be Glee. I am a big Gleek. Okay? Right there. It's ingrained in me. I watched Glee when it came out in 2009. I was hooked. I loved it. I bawled like a baby when Corey died. I loved Glee. I loved everything about Glee. Glee will always have a special place in my heart, and I have seen it multiple times, and I own every season on DVD. It's besides the point. I will still watch it on Netflix whenever I feel like it. Every season's on there. There's 6 seasons. Do yourself a favor, if you like musicals, go watch this. And be prepared to love and hate every character in the show at least, like, 5 times. Okay. The next show that I have is actually a documentary, and it is on the Night Stalker, about the serial killer that was wreaking havoc and just causing chaos in California in the 1980s. Really, that's all I can say about it. I like documentaries about serial killers. I find them fascinating to watch because that's who I am. But you'll never find one of these on Chrissy's list, by the way. It's just not gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, Netflix has so many documentaries on there that, like, I would just binge watch through. I like to have, like, I lost my lighting. When I'm reading or I'm doing something else, I like to have things playing in the background, and a lot of the times it'll be like a documentary, so I would just, like, pop one on. But still, if you're interested in, like, serial killers and things like that, then that one's a good one to watch. So is, like, I'm pretty sure it's Don't Mess with Cats, but I'm changing the mess from another word. So, but for YouTube purposes, Don't Mess with Cats. It's a really good one, and I didn't put that on my list, but it's also really good, and it's about, like, this Facebook group who found a serial killer through their Facebook group. Mind blown. It was so good. Like, that's another one you really need to watch. Okay. If you're stuck in your house, you're working from home, you've got a lot of time on your hands, like, I'm saying, like, 15 seasons worth of hour-long show. Put on Supernatural. Just put it on. Put it on. Enjoy the ride. And if you've already seen Supernatural, please let me know down below. Are you a Dean girl? Are you a Sam girl? Because I'm a Dean girl through and through. I love myself some Dean. But I love that show. Gosh darn it, I love that show. About 2 brothers who hunt supernatural beings, and I tell you what, if that show is not a roller coaster of a ride, then I don't know what is, because you will laugh and you will cry. There is no in between with that show, so definitely look into that if, you know, you're wanting to start something that's like a really, really long process. But it's like, some people are like, it takes forever to watch 15 seasons. I'm like, nah, it takes like a month. You're fine. You can just stick it out. Just bang it out. You're fine. Okay, my next one is like the newest addition to my list. It just came out in December, I'm pretty sure. A Netflix original by none other than Shonda Rhimes, and that is Bridgerton. Bridgerton is a historical fiction romance show that's basically Gossip Girl in the 1800s, and I'm here for it. Okay? That's what it is in a nutshell. I love Bridgerton. I love the Duke. Let's get that right. I love the Duke. That's why I watch Bridgerton. But it's based on a series of books. I think there's 9 in the series by Julia Quinn, and it's Gossip Girl in the 1800s. Like, really, that's all I can say. I have a feeling each season, it was renewed for season 2, and I do believe it's going to go with the books. So season 1 was about Daphne Bridgerton, so I'm pretty sure season 2 will be about Anthony Bridgerton, because they just cast the new lead, which is supposed to be his love interest. So I'm sure, like, it's going to go with the books. So if you're looking forward to seeing the Duke in season 2, I can't tell you if he's going to be in season 2. He might be, but he's not going to be as big of a character. So there's that. Okay, the next show that you have to watch, oh my gosh, is the show You. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a big, like, I love Gossip Girl. And this is like Gossip Girl grew up, and he decided to do Gossip Girl over again. For those of you, spoiler, for those of you who do not know who Gossip Girl was in the show. Sorry. But this follows a guy named Joe Goldberg, who's a psycho. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. He's a psycho. He tends to cling to people very easily and then stalk them and then be in a relationship with them, and then he'll murder people if they get in the way. You know, basic love story. You know how it goes. But it does have Penn Badgley in it, and he did play Dan in Gossip Girl, hence the Gossip Girl reference. Each season was like it's like a different love interest, I think. There's only 2 so far. Season 3 is supposed to be out this year. I'm patiently waiting for that. I need to know what's gonna happen. However, it is based on books, and if you like creepy books, you should read it, because when you read it, it's like he's speaking directly to you, and you're reading it, and he's like, I'm watching you, blah, blah, blah. So it's creepy, but it's like a good creepy, you know what I mean? It's fine. It's perfectly fine. The second to last on my list is Julian the Phantoms, which is another Netflix original, and it's such a cute show. I was hesitant with this show, because I'm like, I'm not gonna like this show. Dude, I binge watched this show in like 2 days. Like, I think I watched the first 6 episodes in one night, because I think they're only half-hour shows. And it's a musical. And I'm like, yes, give me the musical. I love it. It's about this girl who used to love music, but her mom died. So she stopped, like, doing anything to do with music. And they're going to, like, sell their house, I think. Pretty sure. And then she goes out to her mom's old studio, which is the garage. And lo and behold, there's ghosts. She plays her instruments, and then the ghosts of the band show up, and the only way that people can see the band is if she is playing music with them. So they become like Julian the Phantoms, and it's a cute show, and I love it. And they hasn't been renewed for season 2 yet, and I'm just like, why not? Because it's so cute. But yeah, so there's that one. And then my last show is, I'm sorry, I didn't even know what it was called. My last show is Tiny Pretty Things, which is a Netflix original. Just came out in November. It's based on a book. It's a YA thriller book. And it's about this ballet school in New York City, I'm pretty sure. And there was a murder that happened, and this girl is kind of there to like replace the girl that died. it gives you Pretty Little Liars vibes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I get Pretty Little Liar vibes from the show. Mind you, if you're about 16, I would say if you're 16 and older, you can watch this, but below, I wouldn't. But that's just me. Like, I wouldn't want my child watching this show because it is very, it includes nudity, let's just say that. So I just be forewarned if you're a parent and your child's like, I want to watch this show, just, you know, look into it first. And like I said, like, I would do like 16, 17 and older be fine, but anyone below that, I just, nah, you don't need, they don't need to be watching that just yet. Just saying. But yeah, there is a second book. So will there be a second season? I'm not sure. I don't even know. I think there might be, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that's my list of my Netflix recommendations. I'm sure there's more, but honestly, I couldn't think of any at this point because Netflix is huge, and this is what was on my like continue watching or like watch again list. So I'm like, well, these are the ones that I go back to time and time again. Except the Night Stalker one because I just watched it. And some of the newer ones, but you get my drift. Like, if I'm going to watch something on Netflix, it's going to be that. I hope you enjoyed this video and all my Netflix recommendations. Let me know down in the comments down below, what are the things that you're watching on Netflix? What would you recommend everyone else to watch? We are thinking of doing this for other streaming services. We have Hulu, Amazon Prime, Discovery Plus, Disney Plus. What don't we have? So if you guys would be interested in that as well, let us know down below. But if you're new and want to hit that subscribe button, it's right over there. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I won't see you in the next one. My sister will. But until next time, we're your motion picture sisters. And I'm Katie. Bye, guys.